even that slight breeze is enough to make it feel really, really cold. And it's only a couple degrees, maybe 2 or 3. The reason I scrape away the little layer of snow is because it so easily turns to slush. Like you're used to when ice fishing, it's all just slushy. In about a month or two, when the ice is much deeper, I'll be able to bring the hot tent and spend much longer and be much warmer out on the frozen lakes. But this is by far the earliest I've ever been able to ice camp. Still early December with a solid base of ice under, because it's just been in the deep negative so many days in a row. Whew. Welcome back to the channel. It's probably gone down to about 10 below already, as it's been nearing sunset. Every few minutes I've got to crush that. Look at this. The amount of ice that freezes on that hole. I expect it to be somewhere around 20, 25 below by tomorrow morning. So this is going to be a cold night. I don't really expect to catch anything here. It's not really, there's nobody else out on the lake, so I can't imagine this early season fishing is promising at all. But I gave it a shot. Luckily, I have a lot of backup food. Well, I might as well get dinner going before it's too late, because it's almost getting dark and I don't even have anything set up in the tent yet. Oh wow, you can tell how cold it is. This water bottle's full of ice already. Oh yeah, I'll definitely hurry this up. Alright, well the most important thing is to get some water boiling. I'd use that water, but I've got plenty, so that shouldn't be a problem. And then I've got some noodles and some lobster tails. A little worried there, but I had nothing to be worried about. You might be wondering what the heck I'm doing in this, well, it was pretty, but godforsaken wasteland when it's going to be 20 below. But honestly, I'm here for the sunrise. That's really what you come here for. That's what you're going to want to see. Tomorrow morning, assuming it's clear, it is snowing on me now, all of a sudden out of nowhere. But the mountains will light up, beautiful orange. It'll be so cold that everything is going to be frosty and misty, and it's going to be worth seeing, and I'm excited. So I'll be waking up for that. It's going to be boiling soon, so let me just see how long these take. 7 to 8 minutes. So I'll give these like 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and then I'll put these in after. And just make a little egg noodle, lobster tail, fun little meal, because it seems like there's no chance that I'll be getting trout. So even this hole just freezing back up. I should have put some lobster on that. I'll do a lot more ice fishing when it's the actual season for it, and do lots of catch and cooks out in places like this, because by the end of the spring, the ice is usually can be up to 20, 25, sometimes even 30 inches thick here, which is pretty fascinating to see. It takes a long time to drill through it. Maybe I'll get something electric or gas powered by then. Right in here, I've got a couple of Albertsons lobster tails. Oh yeah, those are nice. Those beautiful little lobster tails. Not the meal you're used to in the middle of a frozen lake. Hands as close to this as possible, although they might get covered in ice. But how red these are already turning. All right, well there goes the sunset. So now, if there was any time for it to get even colder, this smells so much better than I expected it to. That jet boil is actually working. So, give it some credit. Propane works fine when it's really cold, but the isobutane that's used for the jet boils tends to freeze up even around, 10 degrees. It stops working. But I guess it stayed warm enough in my bag. But you saw how difficult it was to get started. I've had a lot of people ask me recently about my clothing and like where I got it and why I wear it. Might as well run down now because I've got pretty much everything on, aside from my ski stuff, although I've got some of it. My boots are from Boggs. I wore them once on an organized trip and they were so good that I ended up buying a pair. So I'll have everything linked in the description. And right now, nothing that I'm wearing is sponsored or anything like that, so it's all genuine. Here's what I think is the best. And North Face definitely has an edge. Because I've got my North Face ski pants on. And my normal loadout for really cold temperatures is to have thick leggings underneath that go into my shoes. And if it's even colder, I'll have another pair of pants on top, still under the shell to stay even warmer. But that keeps the snow out of your boots. And definitely having a good pair of ski pants is important. My gloves or their mittens. I used to wear gloves a lot. I'm not doing that again. Mittens are so much warmer. My hands would get so cold. So they're Burton. Any of the warmest ones will work just fine. Big yellow jacket. I think it's like Cimarron or it's some company. I don't know because I got it in Iceland a long time ago. I will wear this for the rest of my life. Most expensive piece of clothing I own and also the best piece of clothing I own. I've got a down North Face jacket underneath. I've got an Eddie Bauer sweater, and I've got just a normal long sleeve shirt. As for socks, it doesn't really matter with these boots. I just prefer to go with something that isn't very tight, so something looser allows more circulation. So that's what I'm wearing. I wouldn't trade it for anything else. It is really fantastic. Obviously, nothing's gonna keep you warm when it's this cold, unless you're active or in a sleeping bag. So that's why hand warmers and toe warmers are a must, or just accept that you're going to be really cold, which is my plan tonight. All right, I think that's been long enough, so I won't turn it off, but I'll bring it down quite a bit. These Walmart strainer embedded things are fantastic. Well, I'm excited for, obviously there's a lot of winter left, but the catch and cook real season is the summer. I'll go up into all the mountains and could do fish boils, crawfish boils, all kind of stuff. But, do what I can in the winter. Winter's more for snow and ice adventures. An important thing to remember when you're in a place, not even just a place that's this cold, but a place with fast changing temperatures, is that as soon as you get cold, like even a little bit cold, that's too much. You got to warm up. You got to do whatever it takes to warm up, which in this case means setting up the tent. So let me just make my little trash bag here. I gotta get this set up as soon as possible. Using your hands, it definitely takes some getting used to. Like this, come on. Is it possible? Yeah. Look at all the ice on there already. Even just breathing on things starts to freeze them when it gets this cold. But the humidity's still low. So like if I brought the stove in, each breath would fog up the entire tent. But right now, it's nice and low humidity, so it's tolerable. Oh, finally. Got a place to sleep. And a sleeping bag I want to get into, even though it's still early. You figure out how to entertain yourself for many hours inside a sleeping bag when you camp in the winter, because that's pretty much what 2/3 of the day looks like. Watching movies on your phone. I don't even mind bringing my shoes into the tent because the snow and ice that's coming in here, it's not gonna melt, so it's not gonna be wet or anything. It's not gonna make it colder. I'll just shake it out in the morning and then I'll be fine. Oh my god. Sleeping bag's cold too, but probably not for very long. Oh, all right. I think it might already be 15, 20 below outside right now. It's a lot colder than I expected, but I would be fine down to, much colder than that with everything I'm wearing. I hope it's gonna be worth it for the sunrise tomorrow. I'm gonna get fully bundled. Definitely brush my teeth. And then catch the sunrise tomorrow morning. See you guys then. Good night. Well, it was snowing last night. I guess it kept me a little warmer. I was totally fine. But I haven't gone out yet, and I want to see what that sunrise looks like. Sometimes it's foggy in the morning, so I let the light burn a little bit, because usually the fog has to lift. Look at that. Solid block of ice. Those mountains are really something. Isn't that something? Those mornings are so peaceful, especially with a little bit of snow. Still a little coming down on these lakes. That's that really cold weather, absolute powder. Wow. It doesn't snow often when it's this cold. There. I have my doubts that this is going to be able to light. Uh-huh. Now you can see with a little humidity how cold it really is. Even the tripod I'm using totally froze. All right, I brought it out into the sun. Now I'll face the sun, throw that in the air. It's really cold. This is gonna look cool. All right, watch this. Woo! Well, that's a lot of fun, but I am seriously cold, so I'm gonna pack this into the bag and hike out of here. I actually see some people's tents. They're gonna be ice fishing, but they've got hot tents. But they get the fancy ones with the propane heater, so it doesn't melt through the ground. All right. Well, just a short and sweet video for you guys today. It has been a hectic last couple of weeks. I had plans to go to the Sierras because it snowed. There were 5 storms so far in November, December, with over 150 inches total, but just the last storm cycle dropped 70. And I had some cool plans, and yet every single highway was closed. It was a total disaster. Closed for multiple days even. Couldn't even get to the ski resorts or anything. And then temperature tanked like this. And we're talking, it's just gonna keep getting colder every day. Even where I used to make videos in Washington is gonna be down to deep, deep negatives on some of those passes. I think Loop Loop Pass is gonna be like negative 15, and up at Paradise it'll be below negative 10, which that very rarely happens, not even every year. So tough conditions to make videos in, but over the holidays I'll have a couple videos for you, and then starting next year I'll have nothing to do but make videos, so you can expect some really epic winter adventures in 2023. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Short and sweet little video here on the early season frozen Jackson Lake in Wyoming. It was a lot of fun, even though my toes are, I can't even feel them anymore, so it doesn't hurt, but it's probably a dangerous situation. So I'm gonna head back to the van as soon as I can. It is a pretty long ways. And I'll catch you guys next time. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to my channel.